Wow. I can honestly tell you that after that match, I'm really relatively speechless. I'll start this out by saying this. Somebody mentioned me in a tweet basically saying that Michelle McCool and Undertaker's family was sitting front row for the match. And they basically said that this is Undertaker's last ride. This is going to be his last match. And immediately in my head, I immediately went with, we've been saying this for years. I mean, honestly, I think the Undertaker retirement talk started around WrestleMania 27. And each and every year we said, this is the year that this is going to be it for the dead man. I mean, this guy, I honestly don't know how long he wrestled for the NWA, but he came in to WWF in the 1990 Survivor Series as the mystery partner for the $1 Million Man, brought in by Brother Love. And, you know, he's been doing this. He's been working for Vince for 27 years. It's a long fucking time. We all know, even for a guy that works just once a year, you know, there was a few times that he did increase. You know, like last year he worked SummerSlam, he worked Hell in a Cell, he worked Survivor Series. This year he worked the Rumble, as well as Mania. He did that SmackDown show before TLC. I even think he did a Mexico tour trying to help out Vince when they didn't have Mysterio or Del Rio or a whole bunch of people on the roster. So, I mean, Undertaker's the guy who's been Vince's main guy for years. And, I mean, there's no doubt in my mind, after what happened at the end of the match, that Undertaker is done. I mean, like, you could tell. I mean, I think he left his gloves in the ring last year. But, man, that was... I mean, I'll be honest. The match didn't blow me away. The match isn't anything that I'm going to remember for a long period of time. It's not a knock on Undertaker. It's not a knock on Roman Reigns. He might not be my favorite guy, but Roman beat him. I mean, there's no other way to put it. I'm not one of those people who loves to hate Roman. I actually, up until the last 6 months, maybe closer to WrestleMania last year, but I was honestly one of those guys who thought Roman was awesome. I wanted Roman, and until it just got to the point where you could tell it wasn't working, and I wanted to see something different from Roman. But WWE, you know, had a backlash, and they still wouldn't change. And now they've got more backlash, and they still have their stuff stuck in the mud. For the people who saw the Hardy's return video, when my buddy Troy came into the ring, and I was trying to describe what I was watching and why I was watching it. I didn't film it, but he came in as the Undertaker ceremony was going on, because he could tell that the show was over, but it hadn't ended yet. And he was wondering why I was so glued to what was going on, and I was trying to describe that, you know, he's done, and you know, we thought he was done before, but I'm pretty fucking sure he's done now. And just telling, you know, how long he'd been around, and you know, who he wrestled, and how he's the, you know, the number one attraction in the company, and he keeps coming back year after year. But man, the way he lost, honestly, was a real big surprise to me. There was no real big gimmicky finish. It was just Roman Reigns bounced off the ropes. He bounced off the ropes. He hit a spear. It looked like something that Undertaker was going to kick out of. I can honestly tell you that I did have the time on my laptop in the corner of my eye, and I noticed that there was 2 minutes until the top of the hour. That was the only thing I was thinking about, was that the show... I mean, they're on network time, but I mean, the show probably had to end sooner than later. The show had already been on for 7 hours. But it is what it is. I mean, honestly, I'm physically worn out. Maybe the match would have meant more to me if I didn't watch the pre-show, and I hadn't been watching wrestling for that long of an extended time. But Roman beat him, and and it looks like Taker's done. And he descended down the stage, and he descended to hell. He'll go back to being the dead man. I don't think he's the guy that you give the big Monday Night Raw party to tomorrow. So I don't think it's something to say we got to tune in on Raw. I think that Undertaker is a guy that honestly, they might talk about it tomorrow, and then that'll probably be the last time they talk about it for a long, long time. You'll get to the point where WrestleMania 34 comes around, and you'll wonder, where is he? And they won't say anything. That's my guess on where they go from here. Wow. Undertaker's done.